Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Stock market futures are roaring higher following Donald Trump's inauguration, as I expected they would, but as I really didn't expect, there's no tariffs coming, at least not on day one, and for the foreseeable future, there's going to be a quote-unquote evaluation of trade policies between Canada, China, obviously America, as well as Mexico. So a lot of the market's fears are just not coming true or not going to come true on day one. This is going to cause a large rally in this upcoming week. Now, here in this video, I will give you all of the headlines, all of the executive orders and actions being taken that you need to know that will affect your portfolios and your money. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Inauguration Day of January 20th, 2025 and your stock market / crypto update. And that's kind of the disappointing part. We didn't hear anything about crypto, but Donald Trump's crypto company went out and bought $47 million worth of Bitcoin about 10 seconds after the inauguration speech, at least, was over with. So there's some weird things going on out there. I'm here to break it all down for you. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And let's go ahead and get started. I don't know what's the most bullish thing to start with, so we'll start with this. Nancy Pelosi today purchased 500,000 in Google call options and 500,000 in Nvidia call options. She purchased $1 million in Vista Corp call options and 100,000 in Tempest AI call options. That's about as good as it gets to, a foreshadowing of what the next 12 months or so could look like. The expirations on these are 361 days out. So there's about 12 months on these options. Oh, and the company of the president, the crypto company that is, has purchased $47 million worth of Bitcoin just after the inauguration ended. So I would say that's a pretty good sign for crypto, even though it was not mentioned in the address itself, the speech itself, and crypto did fall a bit. Dow futures are currently up 0.38%, S&P futures are up 0.36%, NASDAQ futures are up 0.41%, and oil is falling 1.67% today. You can also see the dollar today. The US dollar tumbles 1% on a report of no new Trump tariffs. Now, the dollar, for anyone that does not know, the higher the dollar is versus other currencies, the worse it is for companies in America that do business in foreign currencies. Imagine Apple, for an example, that sells iPhones in China. With a strong dollar, Apple's selling that iPhone for, call it 1,000 won. I know it's going to be more than that, but call it 1,000 won. They convert that back to US dollars, a strong dollar. Apple may get $960, dollars out of that, right? If they convert that to a weak dollar, they might get, $1,100 for an example. And I know this is not one-to-one how it works, but the higher the dollar is, the more that conversion from foreign currencies to dollars hurts company earnings. This has been a headwind to markets recently as the dollar has been high on fears of tariffs. But it is being reported today that US President-elect Donald Trump will not implement the tariffs he promised on Canada, Mexico, or China on his first day in office, according to multiple US reports. And this has really been the big fear of investors recently is day one, we're going to get some aggressive tariffs. But it looks like the Trump team wants to evaluate the current trade that we're doing with Mexico, China, and Canada and figure out likely where's the best place to put on tariffs. And that's just not going to happen on day one. And with Wall Street that's been so nervous about tariffs on day one, it looks like if we get tariffs, they're going to be a distance out. They're going to be at least a couple of weeks or a couple of months out, and that allows the markets to breathe a sigh of relief. Elon Musk said last night at Trump's pre-inauguration party, if you will. Quote, "We are looking forward to making a lot of changes, and this victory is the start." And there are lots of videos of Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos exchanging conversations and laughing a bit. Donald Trump has expressed interest in visiting China in his first 100 days in office. And you have billionaires Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Sundar Pichai, and Elon Musk seated in the capital Rwanda ahead of Trump's cabinet appointees. And there is a rumor that Trump will eliminate crypto capital gains taxes starting tomorrow, but we did not hear anything about crypto at all. And Trump will order the renaming of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America starting today. And one of the first executive orders Trump plans to sign today as president will be aimed at establishing a Department of Government Efficiency. And Dow futures surged nearly 300 points as Inauguration Day begins. And the New York Stock Exchange is congratulating Donald Trump on taking office as the 47th president of the United States. And Trump is directing U.S. agencies to take emergency measures to reduce the cost of living, according to a White House document. Trump says the golden age of America begins now. I think it's a golden age of crypto, a golden age of, obviously, America, a golden age of investing, period. Trump will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord, a White House document shows, and Trump plans to sign an executive order to reportedly return federal workers to in-person work. The German stock market has hit a new all-time high today. And in crypto news, Donald Trump's crypto platform, World Liberty Financial, buys 3 new domain names in the last 24 hours. Trump Coin ETH, Eric Trump ETH, and Baron Trump ETH. Some speculate that they are preparing for another meme coin launch. Donald Trump says he will declare a national emergency at the southern border. He will begin the process of returning millions of illegal aliens back. He says he will end the process of catch and release, and he will send troops to the southern border, while also designating cartels and international gangs as terrorist organizations, which allows the president to take more drastic measures towards those affiliate groups. Trump says we will yet again be a manufacturing country. Trump says he will fill strategic reserves again of oil and export American energy all over the world. He also says that he will reinstate any service members who were expelled over the COVID mandate with full back pay. Donald Trump says he will take back the Panama Canal and that we will launch U.S. astronauts to Mars to plant the stars and stripes on that planet. Putin tells Russia's Security Council, "We welcome Trump's desire to restore direct contacts with Russia and prevent World War III." And in this video from Bricks News, you can see Putin personally congratulating President Trump. And I think obviously for stock market investors, the big thing here, the big takeaway, from all of this is, depending on your personal, political preference, it's going to vary. But this is likely a win for the capital markets, at least from the tariff perspective. As Wall Street has been very nervous about tariffs for the last couple of months now, really the last month or two, we've seen the entire Trump rally from the election go away, plus some, and things like the RSP and small caps. We can put some of those fears potentially on the back burner for now. Now, even with a declaration on tariffs, my expectation was that stocks would do well because it was simple. We were in a, sell the rumor, buy the news kind of setup. And I believe that is here still. We are set up for a buy the news situation. It was also pretty clear that you've been in a very fearful market for a while now. CNN's Fear and Greed Index at one point hit extreme fear. It's up a little bit to 38 now, but you're still in very fearful territory. Percent of stocks trading above their 50-day moving average at 1.78, almost 80% of stocks were in an active decline. You're still sitting with about 60% of stocks in an active decline. 60% of stocks are trading below their 50-day moving average. And I can't recall a time in the past where only 25% of investors were bullish on stocks over the next 6 months. People are very, very negative. And when people are this negative, after a fear catalyst comes and goes, you tend to see a rally in markets. And the fact that we did not get tariffs enacted on day one, I think is just even better for that bull case. You can also see this week as far as earnings. Tomorrow morning, we have Charles Schwab, 3M, KeyBank, DR Horton. Tuesday and after hours, you have Netflix, United, Interactive Brokers, Progress, Capital One, Zions, and others. Wednesday pre-market, you have P&G, Abbott, Johnson & Johnson, Halliburton, GE Vernova, Ally, Comerica, and Commerce Bank. Wednesday and after hours, you have Kinder Morgan, Alcoa, Discover, Steel Dynamics, Cadence, and Horizon. Thursday, you have GE Aerospace, American Airlines, Huntington, Union Pacific. Thursday and after hours, Texas Instruments, Intuitive Surgical, CSX, and some others. And then Friday, you have Verizon, American Express, and Next Era Energy in the morning. So you have a couple important earnings, some transportation companies like CSX, as well as, where was the other one? There's another one I listed here. Some of those transportation companies are going to be important. Union Pacific, just to see, just to kind of gauge how strong the economy is. You have your tech name, which is Netflix, and you have some of your industrials like 3M, Kinder Morgan, and some healthcare names like Abbott, Johnson & Johnson. And I do think the respective sectors here will be important. If Netflix does well, software will do well. If transports do well, I think that's good for cyclicals. That's good for, economically sensitive companies. But we don't have the big earnings this week. You don't have your Nvidias, your Teslas, your Apples, your Googles, your Amazons, your Microsofts. So the big weeks for earnings, not this week, it's going to be the next couple of weeks. And that is the next big catalyst for markets, besides any headlines we get every now and again from Trump and tariffs and trade deals. We also don't have much for economic data. We don't have anything today. Obviously, markets are closed. Tomorrow, you have some bond auctions, 52-day bond auction, 3-month, 6-month, 52-week bond auction. But none of those are important. They're really not going to move bond yields at all. Wednesday, you don't have anything. On Thursday, you have initial jobless claims, and that's about it. We are expecting that number to actually fall from 217,000 last week down to 215,000. 4 weeks, continuing jobless claims. And Friday, we will get existing home sales for December, existing home sales month over month, final consumer sentiment data, and some other smaller data points. But I think this week's going to be a lot of relief from the lack of tariffs that we got today with Trump's inauguration. Now, as I also reported previously here on this channel, the S&P went into what I would call a technical breakout on Friday. Now, given, again, the positive news today, it does not look likely to me that the markets are going to fall coming tomorrow. So you're going to get deeper into this technical breakout, likely break above that 600 level on the SPY, which is going to allow a run most likely to new all-time highs. Question is, how far do we extend above that? And given markets have been so negative for so long, you could see quite an extension from here. Okay, I do not think we are overextended by any means. I don't think the markets are overvalued by any means. Certain stocks may be a little rich still, but generally speaking, markets are fearful. Markets are anxious. They have been for a while now, and relieving that anxiety was going to be good for markets either way coming tomorrow. But the fact that it looks like tariffs are going to be delayed, that's even better. So just my thoughts around this. So ladies and gentlemen, with all of that said, it looks like markets are going higher this week. I'm hopeful that we'll hear something about crypto. It almost sounds like there's a new meme coin that could potentially be launched at any moment now, so I'm on the lookout for that. I will bring you any and all opportunities that I see in financial markets, whether that be stock markets, whether that means, crypto markets or cryptocurrency markets. We will be sure to bring you all of the information you need to know in regards to your money and how to make more of it on this channel. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Welcome to a golden age of America, and most importantly, considering we are a financial markets channel, welcome to the golden age of investing. It is back. The bull market is alive and well, as it appears. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your day. Sleep well out there and get ready for the golden age. I will see you in the next one.